when we talk about the progressive lenses, there are many things which comes to your mind. So you have heard about my credentials in the booklets, leaflets, and other things and all. But for me, the biggest credential or the biggest asset why I should be here today is I'm a presbyope. So I'm a presbyope, and I worked with retailers, not retailers, retailer. I worked as an optometrist, and I worked as an ECP, and I'm also currently working as a part of the manufacturer. So I see things from all ends, as a consumer, as a retailer, as a corporate person, and I'm one among you. So feel free to ask your questions, and it's your program, or rather it's our program. So I don't want you to go back with an empty hand and try to learn something out of the entire sessions. So to begin, if I ask you one question that, who wants to wear a spectacle lens? Is there anybody in the world who wants to wear spectacle lens? Oh, you said it has to be interactive, so आप लोगों को बताना पड़ेगा. Does anyone love to wear a spectacle lens? No, that's different. But according to me, nobody in this world is keen on wearing a spectacle lens on their face. Nobody wants spectacle lens. Let's admit this fact. Unfortunately or fortunately, these people are forced to wear a pair of spectacle lenses, and you call it as presbyopia, aphakia, myopia, hyperopia, whatever it may be called. They are forced to wear that one. So it's very tough to convince, first of all, a person to wear a spectacle lens, and you find a reason why you should wear it across. So when you try to understand the presbyopia management, you need to also understand the one who is wearing the spectacle lenses. So you need to find a way how you can make this person fall in love with spectacle lenses. All right, okay? So when you look at the prescription, there is a lot of writings -2 with the 2 addition or +2 with the 2 addition and all. Please try to find the person standing behind that prescription. You are trying to address that person first, okay? So you need to find a ways and means to make this person fall in love with spectacle lenses. That's the first and foremost thing, okay? And it is better to understand today's consumers more and more, and that really adds your value to your practice. Now, if you look at as a 40, when I turned 40, and when things were a little challenging for me, when the presbyopia sets in first, it is not my picture, but whatever narrated over the, written over, it's my experience. So I felt really I was very anxious. I was a little disturbed, because all this while I was doing very well. I'm into a middle-level manager position. I more or less settled my life. It's peak time for me to perform and all. But this kind of difficulty, which I was not very comfortable. Once upon a time, I was very happy to read newspapers and all. But ever since the presbyopia sets in, I feel that there's something happening inside which is slowing me down. So I said I was a little upset. And the moment, first when the presbyopia sets in, the first feeling is that you're kind of handicapped a little bit. So you don't want to express your feeling, and you try to manage. That's why we changed the regular bulb and put a 100-watt bulb, increase the intensity of the light. We move close to the window to read and write. And we go to a restaurant where a good amount of light is available. So all these changes, we try to do it across. So those people are very anxious. They are a little disturbed. They're very anxious. And it's a little tough time for him to balance the personal and professional life, because each one of them operate in a different space. And these guys are very active in their family, in their work, and there are multitaskers, and they want to manage everything by their own. But this is the problem now. And if you see in India, if you see the men-women ratio is not that bad. But when it comes to the progressive lens practice, do you know that what percentage of male-female ratio you have in progressive lenses? How many percentage of people are male presbyopes, and how many are female presbyopes? Have you checked? Okay, so the male-female presbyope, anyone who crosses 40 or 42 are presbyopes. So you can't have a choice. But those who are wearing progressive lenses, 72% of the progressive wearers are male. So what happened to the female population? Are they not presbyopes? Only single vision, yeah. So what happens to them? So when you address a presbyope, these are very interesting facts to look upon. What happens to the females? For example, I was with contact lens industry before Essilor. So we say that the multifocal contact lens works best with female things. But the single vision users, ever since they turned to presbyopes or post 40, there's a significant amount of dropouts. And where are these consumers? Why are they not coming to us? Can we do something for them? And these are the segment who need a lot of advice, suggestion, help from our side. All right? Now, this is a picture of the progressive lens annual practice. This is a business scenario in Bangalore. So you can see that in a stretch there are a number of stores. There are many stores over here. And you can see that out of 100 customers walking to this store, some stores are doing extremely well. That is, around 59% of people are converted into progressive lenses in that particular store. But however, there are certain stores where only 25% of people are getting converted. And some stores are 27, as low as 22% penetration. Some are at 34, some are at 39%. Now the stores are almost at the same size, same deck-up, same kind of customer profile, and almost the product and what they sell is also equally good. So if I ask you that, why somebody is doing extremely well and why someone is not in a position to do well? What is happening in this practice? Any idea according to you? Or is it true that the person who converts 59% of progressive lens wearers, or his penetration is 59%, does he put a board outside saying that, hey, all progressive lens wearers or who want to wear progressive lenses walk into my store? Is it because of that? Or is it because he is giving a lot of discount, buy one, get one free? If that is the case, then people should stand in the queue of all the discount players, you know. So what is happening inside the store? Why if someone is doing very well in progressive lenses, why someone is not doing very well in progressive lenses? Dispensing, all right, okay. What else? So cross-referrals you get a lot of. All right. Point taken, sir. Very, very good. Thanks for the contribution. So I must say that we need to look into these factors. Why someone is doing well, why someone is not doing. So we say it is because of the rain, or it is because of that factor, it is because of all external factors we tend to attribute. But when we look inside, is there anything we can do internally inside the stores? The one who makes this change, it is you and me. The people who dispense the progressive lens, the people who communicate, who interact with the patients or the consumers are the one who is going to change. So unless we change, nothing else is going to change. You can keep blaming the external factors, the economy is down, the GDP is down, Modi ji is making this changes, but nothing is going to change unless and until we change inside. So one most important factor why you should attend and be part of this continuing education program is that we should understand that it is only we who is going to make a significant change in our practice, no one else, right? So if you look at the first fish bowl, it is our practice. Now this is our practice. We operate in such a way, everyone has got a certain way, and we are very happy with that one, and day by day we keep on doing the same thing again and again. How many times we evaluate our practices in a system base? How often we do that one? Once in 3 months, once in 6 months, once in a year? Do we evaluate our performance of the stores? Or we look at only the P&L statement and see that how it has been? This is very important. Once in a while, we need to slow down, pause a little bit and see what is happening. Who are all coming to our stores? Are they presbyopes? Are they single vision users? Which segment is going? Is it the single vision who is leading? Is it the sunglass which is going up? Why the progressive lenses? So we operate in a certain way, and we are very comfortable with that one. And when we are exposed to this kind of a meeting, you end up taking a lot of insights, new ideas, new excitement, and new kind of perspectives you get across. You interact with a lot of colleagues. The networking helps you to get a different dimension for your business. And the question is that all these things, are they really helping you to operate in a bigger space? From a slimy, small fish bowl, with the inputs what you take it across, you should be moving to a bigger space. So you should look at a bigger perspective, a bigger picture of your business, and after this training program, you should not go back to the same fish bowl again. So there is no big point in this one. So you should use such platforms for as a stepping stone from the existing platform to a bigger platform. And today I urge, whether it's from the spectacle lenses or contact lenses or the eyewear category, please note down certain points. Decide what you want to do it across. Make a plan. Go back and practice it across. Otherwise, you'll be surely wasting your entire day here. Unless and until you note it down, make a plan, share with your team, make a decision to implement it, nothing is going to change. All right? So I wanted all of you to operate in a bigger, better space now. The question is it an intermediate vision or it's an immediate vision? Sometimes if you can see the pictures, your intermediate vision is become so immediate vision for you. It's become such a mandatory stuff for you. And he said that progressive lens has really revolutionized the way how the presbyopia is getting managed. And more people opt for progressive lenses because there are multiple benefits. So today it's a reality that more and more near work and intermediate work is throwing a lot of challenge on your eyes. So progressive lens is the only option for you. So before we get into the progressive lenses, as sir was telling that there are a lot of challenges coming in across. Some people are not very happy with the progressive lenses. So may I ask you that, which are the most common challenges come across to you as, when you dispense your progressive lenses? Adaptations, yes. Then? No. Intermediate vision is a challenge, adaptation is a problem. Well, I'm from South. Some people say, sir, there are peripheral aberrations and distortions. And some opticians, I have personally seen that when you're communicating, sir, do not look through the sides of progressive lenses, only look through the central portion of the progressive lenses. All these things and all. So if I ask you that, you have a prescription of -2 with 2 addition. That's a presbyopia prescription. You have a prescription of -2 only single vision. Okay, so -2 with 2 addition, we are worried about the adaptation, we are worried about the peripheral distortions, right? Do we have, for a -2 prescription in a single vision lens, do we have distortions? Do we have aberrations? Okay, no, yes, multiples, no, okay, all right. So, single vision lenses, you don't find any aberration, that's fine. Someone says yes? All right, so let me put it across you this way. For a -2 prescription or a 70 dial lens, have you heard about something called spherical aberrations? Now, spherical aberrations happens where? Which part of lens? It's in the periphery. So spherical aberration happens in the periphery of the lenses. And close to 60–65% of current lenses what we sell are spheric in design. Okay? So as a reality, spherical aberration there in the periphery of single vision lens as well. And some peripheral distortions, right? But do we talk about that? Yeah, because most probably we are not aware of it, or the customer don't complain about it. They don't feel it much and all. Okay. 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 All right. So thanks for the feedback. So what you need to understand is that you will never ever get a lens without aberrations. You will never ever get. So if you are looking for a progressive lens with 0 aberrations to start your progressive lens practice, you will never start. Okay? So what we need to understand is that the available aberrations, how we can manage that. So whether it's a single vision lens or a bifocal lens or a progressive lens, aberrations are there. For that matter, do we know that the natural lens what we have inside the eye has got a lot of aberrations? A lot of aberrations in the periphery. Okay, and I know some of you are very senior, you know, once upon a time we used to do the post-mediatic test, PMT test after the wet refraction. Why? Because we don't calculate the wet refraction as such, because the periphery has got a lot of role to play. So Please don't look for an ideal lens option to start your practice. What is available, how we can manage that one. Okay, so all these adaptations, peripheral distortions, cost, dispensing difficulty, that be there, It's going to be there. But you can't wait for every problem to be settled out. So now if you see the slide, if you look at, we offer progressive lenses saying that, sir, you're going to get intermediate vision, so you're going to see much more better. There's a benefit of cosmetic, all the things and all. Let me ask you that, okay, this is the basic functioning. When you want to look something very far, there your lens is this kind of a shape. And when you want to look something very close to that, what happens inside the eye? Do you find any change in the lens? What is the change which is happening inside the lens? Mind you, this is the best optical system in the world. This is the finest optical system in the world. Okay, so do you find any difference in the lens shape there? When eye is relaxed and accommodated, what is the change what you're finding? It is much more bulky. Is it much more bulky, much more thicker, and the curvature has changed. Can you see it across? So what happens in accommodation? In accommodation, you get an extra plus power, isn't it? To put it across very simply, you get an extra plus power. The plus power you get it because of the change in the curvature, change in the shape of the lenses. And these lenses will help you to see at any distances practically, be it distance or intermediate or near, isn't it? Okay. So my question to you is that the natural lens inside your eye, is it a single vision lens or a reading glass or a bifocal or a progressive? Let me put it across you. The lens which is inside your eye, forget about age, any age. Is it a single vision? Is it a kind of bifocal or is it a kind of progressive lenses? What kind of lens is there inside your eye? Now you have to justify. Why do you call it a multifocal? I'm developing a communication to you. So I'm sorry. It's a kind of progressive. Sir says it's a kind of progressive lenses. What do you think? Single vision lens. Okay, beauty. Backbenchers. Usually the backbenchers are the most active people. So, I'm sorry, sir. Accommodated device. Okay, that's much more refined way of putting it. Okay, sir. Anything from your side? All right. Okay. So let's see. I said two things. The natural lens changes its shape, gets much more bulky. Okay. Second, the lens changes its curvature. Because of the curvature changes, it becomes much more conical and you get extra plus power. So the lens is a multifocal lens. It practically helps you to get different distances. Curvature is changing and the shape is changing. Is it the same thing which is happening in progressive lenses also? Do you find the curvature is changing towards the bottom? You get more conical lens and you get more plus powers with the progressive lenses? Okay, so let me ask you that. Why it should not be called as a bifocal? It's very simple. There is no line in between. In the natural lens, there is no line in between, so you cannot call it as a bifocal. So this system goes for a weakening at the age of 40. The current system goes for a weakening at the age of 40. You call it as presbyopia. So when the presbyopia sets in, you have three choices: reading glass, bifocal, and progressive lenses. Okay, and you said that the natural lens almost behaves like a progressive lens because it's a multifocal. The curvature changes, the shape changes. So the natural lens goes for a weakening in presbyopia. My question to you is, what is the most natural way of correcting the presbyopia then? The natural lens is a kind of progressive lens which changes its curvature, which changes its shape. And this goes for a weakening at the age of 40 or post-40s. Which is the most natural way of correcting presbyopia? Progressives. It's as simple as that. Have you ever thought of thinking like this? Now, the entire idea about suggesting a pair of progressive lenses to your presbyopes is nothing but, sir, I am trying to correct your vision in the most natural way. That's the finest communication you should be aware. That's the first and foremost communication. Natural way of correcting your vision is by progressive lenses. As a byproduct of that, you will get the benefits of uninterrupted vision from distance to intermediate to near. There is no line between, and all other benefits. That's the secondary thing. This is the byproducts. So first and foremost, it is very important for every presbyope to have a pair of most natural vision provided by progressive lenses. Now, if you don't connect with the consumer on this way of connecting it across, it's very tough to convince them on the cost, on the cosmetics, etc. So there are a lot of changes you can make in the communication to a presbyope. Having said that, you can see it across. Yes, there are a lot of similarities between a natural lens and the progressive lenses. So in Essilor, what we do it across, we don't look outside to get a lot of insights how to make a lens. Rather, we look inside the eye to get a lot of insights. How the best optical system in the world works, just mimic that to make the best progressive lenses. If you get to know about progressive lenses in this slide, I can say that you can score 70% of mark in today's exam. So you can see it as a manufacturer, when I give you a pair of lenses, there are a lot of markings on the lens surface. There are two types of marking. Something is in white and something is in yellow. Okay, the white markings are temporary markings. Okay, you're with me, okay. The white markings are engravings, which are permanent ones, which will be there forever inside the lens. The yellow ones are temporary ones. Till you get the lenses in your store, till you make the consumer wear the lenses, do not delay these markings, ideally. Okay, I have seen some practitioners that they make the lens absolutely clean before the consumer comes. But the relevance of this one, there's a science here. So the markings has to be deleted after the consumer comes to the store. They wear this one, you align it properly, then you take it and give it across to you, right? Okay, here we go. Can you explain me, there is something called distance reference circle, okay? Distance reference circle. What is the size of that circle and why is it there? The distance reference circle, ये circle का size कितना है? ये क्यों रखा हुआ उधर? If you are not aware, I can explain you, but it's very important for you to get it very right. Why is it so? Have you ever checked? We dispense so many lenses. All right. So the size of that one usually is around 10 millimeter. That's a distance reference circle. And that's a, I'm sorry, somebody's? Okay. So that's why usually it will be around 10 mm. Okay. That's the size of the pupil. When it is maximum dilated, you will have 9 millimeter. And if it is extremely dilated, okay, then also it will be maximum 9 mm. So we have kept 10 mm so that in the maximum dilated scenario also you will be able to see through the spherical area of that lenses. That's the area where you are supposed to check the power of the lens for the distance. Okay, please do not check the power of a progressive lenses by hand neutralization. Okay, take it to the lensometer, mark it across and just check the power only for distance in that area. And if I ask you, what is the big difference between dispensing a progressive lenses and a single vision lens? What is the biggest difference? I'm sorry, sir? Okay, so, I mean, for that matter, any lens that is required, but what is the biggest difference, what do you find? Between centering of progressive lenses and single vision lenses. Is there any biggest difference? Oh, you don't have to hold back. Feel free, it's our program, so absolutely feel comfortable, you know. And moreover, you paid, you know, so you have all the liberty to express. So if I ask you that, what is the major difference between dispensing a single vision lens and progressive lenses? I said this slide is very important. Okay. I will give you some more clue, okay? There is something called prism reference point and there is something called fitting reference or fitting cross, okay? So in single vision lenses and bifocal lenses, you tend to align your monocular PD with the optical center of the lens, right? But in progressive lenses, usually the monocular PD is aligned with the fitting cross, and the difference, the distance between the fitting cross and the prism reference point in Essilor range of lenses are usually 4 millimeter. Okay, 4 millimeter. So the prism reference point is nothing but the optical center of a progressive lens. And we don't fit the lenses at the optical center in progressive lenses. Right? Now, this is a challenge. 4 mm, 4 mm. I'll tell you why it's 4 mm. Because I've seen the ophthalmologist, unfortunately, nobody has kept them abreast with the knowledge. So when you fix progressive lenses and this goes to an ophthalmologist, they check the lenses and they write a comment that lenses are descended. They return the lenses. Then you check everything is perfectly. Then you said everything is perfect, sir, no problem. You send them back. He said no, lenses are descended. So for an ophthalmologist, the idea is that any lens has to be centered perfectly against the optical center of the lenses. But in progressive lens, it never happens. It is always fixed at the fitting cross. And there is a 4 millimeter between the fitting cross and the optical center. You know why? Why is it so? All right, so it is said that you make around close to 8 to 10 degree of pandoscopic tilt. Okay, so it is said that for every 2 degree of tilt, the optical center need to be decentered. So you move 8 degree tilt and this moves 4 millimeter up. Okay, so your monocular PD, be it 28, 31, whatever may be the PD, it is aligned with the fitting cross over here. And the difference is 4 mm. Why 4 mm? It's 8 degree, approximately 8 degree is the pandoscopic, you do it across. That's why for every 2 degree of shift, 1 mm is descended. Okay. Now you can see the add power as 2 written over here and the log of the lenses over there. Okay. Why the logo is very important for you? The type of the lenses, the design the consumer is asking. For example, if you see there is a Varilux Physio. The Varilux Physio logo, the moment you see that one, it should get in your mind that this person is already in wavefront technology. Now, if you put this guy back to Varilux Liberty, he will come back and tell you, I'm not very happy in the morning and evening time. When there is a less amount of illumination, I'm not very comfortable with the performance of the lenses because he was operating in a wavefront technology lenses, which was quite helpful for him to have a perfect vision irrespective of the size of the pupil. Are you getting it? Okay, so it's very, very important. And the 6 is what? The 6 indicates what? Material, okay, so it is 1.6. So what will you find for a 1.67? How do you make it over? The lens is a 1.67 or a 1.5 then? No, how do you identify the customer is presenting to a lens like this? How do you know what material is this? So I said 6 means 1.6. What will be the engraving for 1.67 then? Sir? Okay, so I request you to interact with the manufacturer and try to identify what are the various engravings they put it on their lens. It's very important. Why? Because if you have a prescription of +2 with 2 and you don't know what design the customer is wearing, what index he is operating on now, and you order a 1.5, the lens comes very thicker lens, and you see, the previous lens is very thinner, your company has given a thicker lens, the customer rejected the lenses, there's a problem. So before you ordering, it's very important for you to understand what is the index and what is the material the customer is already using. Whether it's a polycarbonate, or it's a high index lens, or it's a low index lens. So for in Essilor, if it is a 1.5, either you will find a 0.5 written, or a 5 mark written, or no, nothing. So that means a 1.5 index. If it is 1.56, you will find an inverted Y, a lambda marking. That means 1.56. For a polycarbonate, we write P. What means it's a polycarbonate lens. 1.67, like a cricket stump, you put 2 and 1 stump on it. So it's called pi. So pi marking, if it is 1.74, you write 74. Now these are very, very important information before you order the lenses. Okay? Are we clear? Okay. Can you see there are 2 more markings, there are 2 micro etchings, 2 small circles? Okay. What is the function of these circles? ये circle से क्या होता है? Beautiful point, very good. So it's very simple. The moment you see the 2 micro etching circles, one is up, one is down. One is up, one is down. Don't do anything, just reject the lenses. Just reject the lenses. Whatever you do in the existing lenses, nothing is going to work. Because these micro etchings are helping you to place the lenses and have a horizontal symmetry in the frame. Okay? The distance between 2 micro etchings are 34 millimeter. So from the center to one circle, it is 17. To nasal side and temporal side, it's 17 each. So 17 plus 7, it is 34 millimeter. Are we clear on this one now? The relevance of these markings? Okay. Now let's say that consumer is coming and he has got a pair of lenses already. How will you remark the lenses? So first you spot the 2 micro etchings. Okay? Spot the 2 micro etchings. I said 34 mm is the distance, which is universal. Across any brand, any product, it's same. No. It will be same for all the lenses in the world. And mark 17 mm in between. Okay? Put a cross 4 mm above. Put a 10 mm circle around that. So you get distance circle, you get the optical center, you get the fitting cross. The distance between the fitting cross and the bottom portion, deepest point in the frame becomes your fitting height. Look for the material, look for the logo. So you will come to know what brand, what is the fitting height, what is indexed, and the addition is also given over there. So please get familiar with various engravings on the lens, which is very, very important for us. Are we clear? Any doubt, any clarifications? All right, sorry? Okay, so I say that the fitting cross is the major reference point for you to align monocular PD of the consumer. Okay, and the distance between fitting cross to the deepest point in the frame is called the fitting height. And the fitting height and the prism reference point, there is a 4 millimeter distance. If you check the power of the lens at the optical center in a progressive lenses, you will get certain amount of prism. And the prism is already built in any progressive lenses. Okay. 2 stands for the addition which is given. Bang opposite to that, you will find the logo of the brand which is used, which is very important for you to understand in which design the customer is already enjoying his vision. And 6 indicates the material or the refractive index. 1.74 is 74, 1.67 is pi, 1.56 is inverted Y called lambda, and 1.5 you will find either 5 or nothing next to the logo. So this is the relevance of each and every marking. So to have a successful progressive lens practice, yes, we must have great products to offer the finest vision, and yes, accurate dispensing and proper communication. So it's a teamwork where the manufacturer, where the ECP, all of you, and there is a role for consumer also. So it's a teamwork between ECP, manufacturer, and the end user. Now, if you look at the options available in the market, there are various options. There are plenty of products in the market now, which is starting from the entry-level, basic, distance, intermediate, near, that's it, an entry-level product. The mid-level, the advanced and personalized and premium sector, each one comes with a lot of value addition. So you can operate in any of this. So when you operate at the middle level, it takes care of quantity of vision as well as the quality of vision. Some products stand only for the quantity of vision. I can help you to see distance, intermediate, near, that's it, nothing else. When you move to the middle level, quantity plus quality. Then you move to the next level, quantity, quality plus personalization. So a lot of value addition comes across in progressive lenses. So progressive cannot be completed without mentioning Essilor, because in 1959 we invented the first progressive lenses called Varilex, 1959. That was the first time progressive, and which revolutionized the way how we have been correcting presbyopia. Now if you look at the product line, we have two types of product line. One is meant for affordable branded lens called Esipal, and all of you are familiar with the product line available out there, and the Varilex, which is a premium progressive lens. If you need more information of this particular product line, please visit the booth, and we have enough people to take care of you over there, okay? If I ask you that, who are the most serious people, or not serious in a negative way, in a very positive, which are the most concerned, most serious people in our practice? Is it the youngsters, or it's the old timers, or is it the guy who are in the presbyopia? Or who gives you more money? Let me put it across in this way. Okay. It is the presbyopes who are concerned, who needs more help and all. But we need to keep checking it across. Have they changed their lifestyle? Is there any new expectation from them? Are they looking for anything else from us? You just cannot keep like if the guy is coming with the progressive lenses without asking anything, you cannot just replace the lenses. You would ask him that, okay, how comfortable you are with the current lenses? Are you looking for anything else? So you would keep exploring them. They have many stories to tell you now, because a lot of things have changed in their lifestyle. They are becoming much more older now, so their convergence has changed, their working style has changed, their working distance has changed. So many things changes into their lifestyle. So the question is that, now how do you suggest the right kind of a progressive lenses to them? Is there any way? Okay. So on the progressive lens communication, there are two elements. One, you should have the know-how, in-depth knowledge about the product which you are planning to dispense. For that, you can talk to the professional service person of that company or the company representative. They'll come and sit with you and completely take you through the product. You should know this product stands for what kind of presbyopia segment. Each product has got a story to tell you. Okay. It is equally important to have the right knowledge and understanding about your consumers. So we, ECP, eye care practitioner, as an optician, as an optometrist, we are here like a catalyst. You align the customers with the product line. You are like a priest performing the marriage ceremony between product and the consumers, right? So here, two elements, products and the customers, you should have a thorough understanding. Every individual is different. Their expectation, their needs and their wants, the way how they carry themselves, everything is different. If we have a little more understanding about the needs, the lifestyle, the occupation, the work style, or if there is any unique hobbies of your customers, you will be able to help them in much, much better way. So try to understand, so where you're working, sir, what is your work style, and you spend a lot of time outdoor, or you drive a lot. Is there any specific UV habits or uniqueness? So all this one you can take and you can offer the tailor-made solutions. Now if you ask me that, okay, Shajan, you're telling me explore more about the consumers, but after exploring that, do we have technology or products or design to cater to each and every need of our customers? Today I can see these are some of the key technologies. Today I can tell you that thanks to the development which is happening in the lens design, manufacturing, and the material science, today if you look at some of the technology, for example the path optimizer, today I can tell you the transition between distance, intermediate, near has become very seamless now. Instantaneous transition happening. There is a very smooth power variation which happens from distance, intermediate. So it is individualized for every prescription. So that's a function of a path optimizer. Are you concerned about the postural challenges the consumer will have? Will they have a neck pain? Will they have a back pain and all? The ergonomy is applied in the total comfort system. That's another beautiful technology. Look at the Wave 2 technology. You want a sharper, better contrast, better color sense, much more enhanced, sharper, brighter vision. There's a wavefront technology applied in spectacle lens. Can you believe it? The technology which is applied in the NASA, the technology which is applied in the music industry, the technology is applied in spectacle lenses today. Today we have wavefront oriented lenses, sharper vision. And of late we have come out with the nanoptics, synchronized, extend technology. What is nanoptics? Nanoptics is that surface is completely reoriented, re-engineered, reshaped, completely changed surfaces. You know the benefit of that one? 90% is reduction in the swim effect. That means it's as close as to a single vision lenses. So today, if you offer a nano-optics technology lens, there was a time people never used to encourage driving with progressive lenses. Said, "Ab driving mat karo. You wear this lens, go to your home, sit in your sofa, make yourself comfortable inside your home. Then you go out, and 2-3 days you can start all your activities." But today I say, you come, wear this lens, drive and go, sir. So there's nothing called adaptation time, adaptation period. Quicker, instant, synchronize. We consider a binocular optical target, split the design between right side and left side, 50% wider field of vision. What else you want? So people are paying more and they're getting finest benefits. Extend technology, if you have you looked at the design of a progressive lenses, there's a wider distance, there's a narrow corridor, then there is a little more enhanced near vision. Look at the extend technology. You have width and depth in the intermediate zone as well now. So a lot of technical advancement which is happening in this particular lens technology, especially in progressive lenses, which are here for you to offer to your consumers. So it's a nutshell, I've just captured the benefits of each and every technology and aligned with the product line. So who will communicate this? You have technology, you know the consumer, you know their expectations, you understood that the relevance of each markings. So unless and until you communicate effectively to your consumer, it's not going to reach them. So don't think that we are all sales. I hate calling ourselves as a sales personnel. No, I think the terminology in optical industry is to move to sales consultants. So you need to be called as optical sales consultants. You are doing a consultancy, understanding the requirement and aligning your solutions. And don't hold back unless and until you proactively recommend. The consumer is not going to. So don't worry that if I recommend, I suggest, I advise what the consumer is going to think. There are researches which says that the customers are actually looking for your recommendations and suggestions because consumer does not know what is happening inside the lenses. For every consumer, all lenses are round, all lenses are white. That's it. They don't know anything about lenses. So unless and until you having enough knowledge, you communicate. If you don't communicate, they're not going to get benefit out of it. So they say that we want more support from you, and how you communicate is, sir, there are several options, be it the pricing, be it the design, be it the brand. I have many options, but I would like to recommend you this product because you will benefit by 1, 2, 3. So you tell him that I have everything for you, but I strongly recommend this product because of the benefit. You will like this because you got a benefit. What this means you said, sir, you are having a very dynamic lifestyle and I am giving you a nano-optics technology which cut down the swim effect by 90%, and you will benefit by more visual freedom. This helps you by. So what the consumer want to hear is that they want to hear the benefits, what I am getting out of it. Please don't think if you give a technical jargon, the consumer is going to get convinced. No. Consumer buys the product for the benefit, not on the technology. What the technology does for me is the concern of the consumer. So you talk about the benefits. This has got a wave technology. The consumer says, yes, wave technology, so what? I'm interested what wave technology is going to do for me. So you say, so wave technology enhances quality of vision. You'll have better color sense, better contrast. When there is less illumination, your pupil is dilated, you will have a lot of aberrations. Thanks to the coma control technology in wave, it continues to have perfect vision irrespective of any illumination. That's a benefit what your consumer is going to enjoy. So look at the benefits of progressive addition lenses. I said the most natural way of correcting the vision, continuous vision without any line, the benefits of cosmetics. And people say that, yes, if I don't like it, you just take it out. Spectral is a very simple device. It's non-invasive. Nothing goes inside the eye. I don't like it, I just remove it. That's it, finished. No complications. So multiple benefits of progressive lenses. Often, we don't have a system in terms of looking at the dispensing pattern. So if you put the various dispensing steps in each box, it is very easy. For example, the first dispensing step is selecting the right kind of frame for the consumers. All frames will not work for all powers or lifestyle. So you can actually help a consumer to select the right kind of frame depending on his lifestyle, depending on his power, depending on what he's wearing now. So you can really help them. And once the frame selection is done, you do the frame alignment, you know the 4-point touch, the temple, the pandoscopic tilt, facial wrap, all other thing, horizontal symmetry, all that frame alignment, you do it across this. Then you take monocular PD. Okay, let me ask you that, what is the normal PD? What is the normal PD? Okay? Normal PD, I said. Okay. So we said 63, 60, 61 and all. After this session, after today, we will not talk about 63. We talk about right side, left side. Right PD, left PD in millimeter. Okay? There is nothing called normal PD, by the way. Okay? Your normal and my normal is different. The normal in Delhi and the normal in Bangalore is different. So there is nothing called normal PD. I often get the prescription said, sir, aap normal PD laga do. Your normal PD or my normal PD? It's different. There is nothing called normal height, no? So don't say that, okay, normal PD, it's nothing like that, okay? So monocular PD, fitting height, okay? In fitting height, there are 3 choices. You can go for a short corridor, or you can go for a regular corridor, or you can have a personalized corridor. So there are multiple options available now, all right? Lens ordering, look at the prescription, look at the diameter, look at the base curve options available, because all products may not be available in high base. So look at all these functions. When the lens reaches you, just verify whatever parameters you ordered, whether it is the same thing in the lens or not. Lens delivery, you need to have a communication plan. What are you going to communicate on the usage of lenses? And it's better to have a post-sale service call as well. So there are a lot of progression happening in the progressive dispensing. Once upon a time, you used to have direct spotting. Then you migrated into a great instrument called PD scales. Then there is a PD meter. So a lot of changes which is happening. How many of you have PD meter, or how many of you still operating in PD scales? Yeah, if you are operating in PD scale, you are still in the primary classes. You need to move to the high school. The high school is the PD meter. Those who are operating the high school, which is the PD meter, you need to move to the next level, okay? So keep upgrading your practice. So thanks to the technology, I say I have enough money. I don't want to wear what all others are wearing. You get me a lens which is only meant for me. So there comes a personalized design. So the personalized design, you need to capture a lot of informations. The eye data, the visual behavior, and the frame data. There are a lot of information you need. So this instrument eye partner or a VisiOffice helps you to design a lens as per the lifestyle, as per the various parameters of that particular individual. Okay, so it's called the eye code series, where you can have the eye code data. That is, what is your dominant eye, what is your reading distance, what is your visual behavior. There are a lot of information which is there. And if you want to have a demo of that one, I can talk to my Delhi team, and they will be able to come to your place and give you a demo of that one. Okay, but why I'm showing this slide is that this is a new trend which is catching up. Today, in our industry also, we can personalize the lens options, be it single vision or be it the progressives, both sides. We want to go one step ahead. So, so far, whatever I explained to you, how many of you understood that? Can you raise your hands? You raise, okay, only 50%, that means 50% not okay. So when I said raise your hands, most of you started raising your right hand. All of you have both hands, no? But why right hand? Because that's your preference. That's a preference, okay? So like that, in our eyes also, if you want to see anything, it is one dominant eye which goes and catches that first, and the other eye, they pair it up. And so like that, if you identify which is the dominant eye and align the visual solutions as per the, because it's the dominant eye which gives 90% of the information to your brain. So today, there's a technology called 4D technology which can capture the dominant eye and the way how you read Whether you are reading like this or you have a different visual posture, the lateral offset, a head cap angle, all that can be measured with the help of an application called near vision behavior, NVB. And that information along with your frame data is fed into the design engine, and you get a completely personalized lens, not only for distance but for near and intermediate as well. Look at the level of advancement which is happening in the spectacle lenses. So today you have a complete revolutionization which is happening in the manufacturing and design. Having all that facility, having understood the consumer and taken the measurement, it is a time for you to show, demonstrate effectively that this is what I want to tell you. So the leaflet, the brochures, in-clinic posters, what you have, standees, the merchandising, you have plenty of options available. From there, we have moved to the next level. We have a lot of digital gadgets available now. We have a virtual reality tool. We have a last mile kit. We have certain tools which is available to communicate the right kind of message about the product to the consumers on the benefit what they are going to get it. So you can visit the booth and understand more about that and what is available now. So the success of progressive lenses, yes, depends on many other factors. What we discussed across also depends on the refraction. So when the lens is not as per the expectation of the consumer, at times you need to verify the refraction as well. There can be some errors in the refraction as well. So you talk about the fitting, right selection of frame and lenses and proper instruction and everything, but take care of your refraction as well. You have everything nice, everything worked across, but at the time of delivery, it's very important that you create the perceived value of the product very well in front of the customers. A Lindbergh frame with the Vadlex X series and everything, a 2 lakh purchase, you just put across that the pricey premium product on the desk, on the glass, the value is lost. So can we look for creating a much more value by having a nicely done tray, put everything, the accessories, the product, everything, that one, and instruct them by sitting and having a kind of counseling on the instructions and all. Can you do it something like that? So these are the learnings what you need to take from other industry and put in your practice. People are always worried, I invested this much of money, am I getting the right kind of a product? Or are they cheating me? Are they giving the worth of my investment? So we have in the Vadlex and most of the product line, we have something called a fog ID. You blow on the surface and it comes as a crystal or this one. It's all value addition to the consumer to give them that peace of mind that, hey, don't worry, we have given you genuine product. So use this one and you can have the authenticity card which talks about the genuinity of the product and all. All these accessories are meant to convince the consumers in a much, much better way. So rather than just handing over, sir, aapka authenticity card sab andar dala hai, just take it out and explain them. It may not be important for you, but it is important for the consumer when he is investing. People say that, Shajan, one of the things I don't want to buy an expensive product is that if it breaks, what happens? So I don't want to invest too much for spectacle lenses. So we say that if that is a reservation your consumer has got, as a responsible practitioner, can we do something? Because we want to make more money. We want to sell value-added product. But there is there's a road barrier for the consumer to open their pocket. So what we have done for the first time, we have started an insurance with the premium progressive lens, which is for Varilex. So the insurance works out right from the day of purchase for the next 1 year with a depreciation of close to around 8%. So it is a benefit to the end user because they feel much more happy. They feel that there is a kind of protection for my investment. There is a backup, something happens on that one. And for you, it's a good tool to convince and upgrade them from a traditional progressive lens to a better product line, which gives you much more value as well. So use it very judiciously for you. And this is done with the United India Insurance Company. It's a government-recognized insurance company. So getting the great outcome from your eyewear product, whatever you're suggesting, is also depends on many factors. And as a sales consultant, what you do is that you put across the benefits in front of the consumers. And you showcase your professionalism and put across the various points. And you just create a lot of opportunity for your consumers. And it is the purchase of the consumer. You don't have to sell the product, you make the consumer buy the product. I hope you get the difference between selling and buying. Buying is always an informed choice. You create opportunities and tell them, I recommend this, I suggest, I advise this, but the purchase belongs to the consumer end. So how do you maximize the consumer communication, and how you say it, it makes a difference. And they are buying for the lifestyle solutions. They are looking for the benefits. They want a very positive communication from your side, all these benefits. For example, I don't know now how many of you have this. I went to a very premium outlet in Calcutta. Okay, so there's a person who is wearing a very trendy frame, and he is in around late 50s, maybe 57 or 58. And he invested in an S-series, a beautiful S-series transition, good trendy frame, well-dressed, everything. He is in late 50s, probably 57. And the near vision chart, the optician has given the near vision chart. You know the wordings of the near vision chart? The delivery, this guy is very excited about his new product line, everything's perfect. The near vision chart says that cataract is the main cause of blindness in India, usually starts at the age of 60. You know, can you tell me what is the first reaction from the customer? Bloody, I'm already 57. Cataract is his world. Did I invest in the right product? Can you, for heaven's sake, can you look into your communication? What communication you are giving to the consumers? Talk about something great, something which is very essential, something which reflects your professionalism, something which helps the consumer to carry on a message. So at the time of delivery, what you say is also very, very important for the consumers. Just look into that one and see it across, what they want to hear from you. The motivation level, the expectation management, and the lifestyle, the eye-head movement, the occupation, all these were playing a very, very important factors when you are dispensing a progressive lenses. So pay attention for that one. If the motivation level is very, very low for a consumer, he will keep coming back and cribbing, sir, this alignment take nahi, distance is not good and all. So when consumer is keep on cribbing, see that he was not convinced fully about the product line and your communication. Remember that most of the progressive lenses today, it's available are good designs, good manufacturing technology, and all of you are good in dispensing as well. So most of these lenses will not cause much of a problem. So it is better to avoid problems by having an accurate dispensing and a proper communication plan in your practice. But if at all something comes, we have a way to take care of it, don't worry. So if someone is coming with a trouble, just shoot it. Not physically, but with your clinical skills. So just look at, is the problem with the frame or is it the problem with the lenses? Is the problem only for one eye or both eyes? Is it a problem for distance, intermediate or near? And is there anything wrong with the frame alignment? Please don't call the company person saying that my customer is not very comfortable. Now you need to find out, what do you mean by not comfortable? Is it for one eye, other eye, frame, lenses? What is the problem? The problem starts in the morning or in the evening. So all this thing you can find out at your end. You are having layout card. You should have a kit. You should have a layout card. You should have a marker. You should have a felt tip pen. You should have a PD scale. Everything you should have. Just remark the lens and see the PD what you measured and the PD what is there in the lens, is it matching? Okay, the distance area, near area, all this thing is in the rim of the frame or not. The index what you ordered, it is there or not. So just match it across, just do the cross verification and finally check the power of the lens as well. To sum it up, so I must say that progressive lenses are good. It really helps. It is the most natural way of correcting the presbyopia. Lot of things happening in the progressive lens segment. Today I can cater to practically any budget, any segment, and to any expectations of today's consumers. And today's consumers are concerned about this one. And as an ECP, you can't be practicing on old methodology. As things are changing, you need to change first, and no one else is going to change yours one. Okay, so we say that you can be progressive with progressive lenses. And finally, I have seen that most of you are making some notes. Let it not die here itself. You go back, just identify, take 2-3 steps out of it, share with your team members. Alone you cannot do the magic. Share with your team members. Align them also with your mission or vision and tell them to practice it across. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. And anything new, it's a little tough. All this while you have been using with only direct spotting, I'm telling you, start using at least a PD scale. If you are using PD scale, start using a PD meter. If you are using a PD meter, move to an SE view or a digital platform. If you are using that one, move to a personalized segment. It is a little tough. So unless and until you practice it today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like that, it will become a little tough. So practice makes you perfect. So start practicing it across. And before I say thank you, I just want to have 2-3 things. One, if you want to have a dispensing workshop to be done for your staff members, please go to the booth and give your name and details. So one of our persons will get in touch with you. We can fix up a time and we can come to your place and have a productive discussion with you and your team. You may be good, but if you are not in the clinic on that day, your team has to take care of that. So we'll be able to help you on that one, okay? And if you want anything on your business management, be it the marketing part or anything else, any tie-up, and that also, please leave a message with the booth. We'll be more than happy to support you, okay? So any clarifications on this one, what we talked today? Any doubt? No doubt means 2 things, as everyone says. Either you up सब लोगों को समझ में आ गया या ले तो so I leave it to you whichever way you want to take it across. I will be available till evening. Me, my colleague Kulbhushan and Srishti and Indranil, the 4 of us are available. Feel absolutely free to get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to support you. Let me tell you that it's a very interesting segment, and many people wanted your support to see things very, very well. So you have an important role to play in building your business, okay? And we will be, as an Essilorian, we'll be more than happy to join hands with you, okay? So thank you so much for your patient listening, and I want to wish you all the best. Do well, and probably next time we meet up, you will have one more branch opening, or you will have a better car, or you will have some development happening in your practice, okay? So all the best for all of you, gentlemen. Thank you once again.